So Elizabeth is confirmed to be part of the Goddess Clan with this chapter, chapter 96. And luckily we got 2 chapters this week, chapter 95 and chapter 96. And I know for a fact when you're doing a weekly release for a mangaka that have to write weekly chapters, it's a lot of hard fucking work to write 1 chapter a week, and to actually do 2 chapters in 1 week, that is amazing. So I just want to say that right now, the mangaka of the 7 Deadly Sins did a damn good job of writing 2 chapters this week, and having consistent quality with the artwork, and the story was really badass. So I want to talk about something real quick, okay? Elizabeth, at the end of chapter 96, is revealed to be a part of the Goddess Clan. She is an apostle. When I hear the title of apostle being thrown around, I instantly think of Berserk. I'm just going to say that right now. I think of Berserk when I hear apostle. So when I saw that Elizabeth was an apostle of the Goddess Clan, I'm like, that's some Berserk right there. But anyways, pretty much from what we can see at the end is that she has the ability to heal people. Elizabeth has the ability to, like, I guess, heal people's wounds and stuff, because we see examples of that in these 2 chapters. For instance, it has a flashback to the Doctor, has a flashback to Meliodas, it has multiple flashbacks to show you who she has healed. There's been proper examples to who, you know, Elizabeth has healed in the past with this power unconsciously. So I really like how the manga actually set this up to where it will not be an ass pull. It actually was thought about since the very beginning. I covered this entire aspect in my discussion video I made yesterday, so if you want to get the full details of my discussion video of, you know, Elizabeth, why I said it was not an ass pull or none of the like that, you can check out the video I made earlier yesterday. So anyways, now, one thing I will say, with Elizabeth's power being revealed, this is what I wanted to get into and talk about, since now we have the proper translations, and now I know what is truly 100% going on in these 2 chapters. We see examples of Hendy Hendrickson killing flowers, killing plant life, killing life around him when he uses dead end. When you see him use his big fucking orb that you would see like from Dragon Ball Z or something, you hear him say dead end. I picture some badass voice actor when he says dead end, and then all of a sudden you see this orb come around, and you see all the plant life dying around Hendrickson. You see that. It's completely drawn there to show us that. And then right at the end, when Elizabeth unlocks her powers, you see that exact same plant life that died from Hendrickson's move come back to life with the aurora of Elizabeth at the end of this chapter. So Elizabeth is like the counter opposite of Hendrickson. So it was easy to tell that she was part of the Goddess Clan before the translations came out. But now here's the big thing that brings up with this entire power-up, with this power-up of Elizabeth, and with this unveil of her powers. How far do her healing abilities go? That is the big question we have to ask, because she healed plant life that died by Hendrickson's move, dead end, okay? And so how far does these healing powers go? Can she resurrect the dead? Like, she's been shown examples of healing mortal wounds. For instance, the Doctor that was stabbed completely through and we thought he was fucking dead. I mean, he had a hole in him right through, like, the freaking chest. You'd think he would die from that, but Elizabeth saved him unconsciously. And then you had, you know, Meliodas get his shoulder healed because of her unconsciously. Now, the thing is, okay, I want to bring up is that Veronica, the sister of Elizabeth, we know she died. I mentioned it last chapter review. I stated that, you know, she died. She died, her legs were injured, I was questioning how the fuck did she live. And with this entire bit revealed, it's easy to understand now how Veronica survived when she was next to Elizabeth. Because Elizabeth cried on top of Veronica and her tears hit Veronica. So my theory crafting right now, that Elizabeth's tears hit Veronica, it caused it to where she got revived. Because we don't know how the full extent of Elizabeth's power works at the moment, but that is probably why Veronica is currently standing to this day, or technically not standing, but why she is alive to this day. So, is it possible that Elizabeth can heal Hawk that had a tragic end in these 2 chapters? Now, that is the thing I want to cover. Since I couldn't cover it yesterday because I didn't want to spoil anybody, I just wanted to have a discussion about Elizabeth. Hawk meets his untimely end. He dies. He definitely dies in these 2 chapters. He takes a hit for Meliodas and Elizabeth to the fucking face, dead end by Hendrickson, and dies. Honestly, I was sad, but what makes the scene sadder is when you start thinking about it, and you start thinking about the correlations to past events. For instance, when Hawk stated, like, I'll protect you, you swine. That was a statement that Meliodas said to Hawk a long time ago, I think in Volume 1. I don't remember the exact page. I don't remember the exact thing. But I remember Meliodas stated that, you know, Hawk was a swine. He called him a swine, made fun of him. And then you had Hawk state, I will get you back one day. That's exactly what Hawk said. I remember something along the lines of that when I first read the series. And to see how Hawk stated that right before he died, like, you swine, to Meliodas, I was like, oh my fucking god. Because the correlation between that sentence is that Hawk got back at Meliodas. He stated what he wanted to say before he knew he was going to die. So he went in knowing he would die, and he said that final statement to have a complete connection to the previous statements from Meliodas earlier on in the series. So that is why I currently say, like, the writing of these two chapters are freaking amazing, because if it's not for the build-up and character design of Elizabeth, it's to freaking Hawk, the way you get to see how he goes back to the earlier passages and tries to get back at Meliodas, and then the entire bit with Hendrickson. So right now, what really makes Hawk's death sadder for me, it's not just the fact that he died. He's not the best character of all time. He's definitely not. He's a damn good character, though. I really like Hawk. I like his character. He isn't a very important character. He's like the happy, or like the happy mascot of the series. Like from Fairy Tail, you know how there's different mascots of shonen? Pretty much Hawk is the mascot of the 7 Deadly Sins. And to see him die is pretty fucking shocking. It really is shocking, because it's like you're killing your mascot of your series. And so, it's sad that he died, but what makes it sadder is that Bon cries. Because, I mean, we saw a couple chapters back, you know, how Bon was being mean, everybody was being a dick to, you know, Hawk and Meliodas, he was trying to kill Meliodas, and then all of a sudden you see Bon just get up, and he's like, no, you bastard, and I was like, oh my god, it was really fucking sad. It was really sad, because you had, you know, you had Bon cut in half. You see just his upper torso with him, and he just lifts half his body up to look at Hawk, that is black charred corpse now. It's really sad. And to see what Hendrickson said after that entire bit, I was like, damn, that's just fuel on the fire. He's like, oh, that must have been very unlucky to be protected by some livestock. I'm like, you fucking saying that about Hawk? Oh my god. And then you see Meliodas like, you know, I am really pissed now, and all of a sudden the Aurora pops up. When I first looked at the Raws, I thought that Meliodas was going into his demonic transformation, but no, it was Elizabeth. Now here goes into the point I want to talk about. If you clearly look at this chapter and look closely, you will see Hendrickson's skin dissolving. I don't know if necessarily that's his demonic energy dissolving, or if it's completely his body dissolving, but if you look closely, when Elizabeth activates her Goddess Clan powers, the Apostle of the Goddess Clan activates her powers, you will see that Hendrickson's skin is starting to deteriorate. You see him, like, deteriorating all over his body. So the question is like, how strong is Meliodas then? Listen out, okay? Meliodas, as we know, is already confirmed to be a demon. He has demonic energy inside of him, like Hendrickson. It's already been confirmed so fucking long time ago, and we've already shown demonstrations of this. So, for Hendrickson to be deteriorating by Elizabeth, he is deteriorating. We see it clearly. But I looked at the chapter again, and I see Meliodas, he's not getting affected. He's not deteriorating whatsoever. So, why is it Meliodas deteriorating? The only way I could see why he's not deteriorating is because his demonic form is not out at the moment, and what is deteriorating on Hendrickson is the demonic energy. So, that's the only thing I could say at the moment. That's the only thing I can see until we get more clarification on that. Now, overall, it was just a slaughter for everybody else. I mean, everybody got fucked up these in 2 chapters, besides Elizabeth going ham at the end. She's about to just kick some fucking ass and, yeah, destroy wreck some people's faces. But, I mean, you see Hendrickson just destroying the Holy Knights. I mean, the Holy Knights are fodder at this point. I mean, Hendrickson's like, boom, cuts them in fucking half. And you just see them scatter off. You see one little Holy Knight's like, oh shit, you know, rolling to the side. And then you see Gil Thunder get a fucking, like, big cut on his back. Like, his armor comes completely off. So, technically, Gil Thunder is not dead at this moment. But he's pretty fucking wounded. He's definitely wounded after that. But, man, Hendrickson is just too damn OP. I'm just gonna say it right now, Hendrickson's too damn fucking OP. Oh yes, I want to talk about something real quick before I end this review. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier on in this review, maybe Elizabeth has the power to heal people. Necessarily, I don't think it is the power to heal people, but maybe it could be the power to reverse time. Maybe she can reverse the time on certain objects. For instance, the flowers that we saw come back to life at the end of the chapter was a reversal of time. She reset time on the flowers and it went back to where it was still living. So maybe that's what Elizabeth's powers is, because if it is, it might explain why she could heal certain people and they'll be fine. But wait, if she does reverse time... Oh, wait, I just debunked my own theory. Never mind. The reason why I just debunked my theory is because in the previous chapters, you'll see Meliodas and the Doctor have still scars on their chest where the wound was. So if it was reverse time, it wouldn't technically leave a scar. So yeah, I just debunked my own theory. Fuck it. So it's not time reversal, unless scars are left somehow. So yeah, never mind, my theory's a bust. Anyways... Maybe she can heal Dreyfus, that's a pile of ashes, and maybe she can heal Hauser. Now, actually, Hauser, I want to mention something. Chibi pointed out last week that really got me thinking, and I'm like, oh my god, that is fucked up. If we look at Hauser last chapter, we saw what he looked like. We saw the state he was in. He had a big chunk of his body, just, he's dead. He's fucked. What did that to him? That's the first thing that I thought about. At first instinct, I thought it was Hendrickson that did that. But thinking about it, seeing Chibi point it out got me thinking. Dreyfus. You remember when Dreyfus accidentally hit Elizabeth? We saw his attack go through the wall. The circular shape of that attack on Hauser and all the other Holy Knights that got hit by it looks like something that Dreyfus' power did, like the shape Dreyfus' power took form of, and went straight through the walls. So, Hendrickson didn't kill Hauser. He killed... Hauser died by Dreyfus, from what I can see right now. If that is true, that is so fucked up on so many levels. So anyways, this is going to conclude my review of the 7 Deadly Sins this week on these two chapters, chapters 95 and 96. Tell me your thoughts about this series. This is fucking epic. Love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.